Hello and welcome back to Newsroom Nigeria. This is where we give you hot, fresh, and sizzling news all day long. If this is your first time here, please subscribe to this channel, like this video, leave your opinions in the comment section as well. Lastly, don't forget to turn on the post notification bell so that you're the first person to get notified whenever we upload a new video. Don't turn him to a headmaster. Dr. Abati doesn't want Tinubu to step into Rivers crisis. Arise Television's news anchor, Dr. Ruben Abati, says President Bola Tinubu has a constitutional responsibility to every state in the federation. Abati, who was speaking on the morning show on Friday, December 15, was reacting to calls urging him to take the needed steps in calming the storm that has rocked Rivers State over the last few days, pardon me. According to him, Nigerians should not turn the president into a headmaster, stressing that Nigerians will be forced to tag him as a dictator should he intervene in the matters in Ondo, Rivers, and Kano. I keep making the point, don't let us turn President Bola Tinubu into a headmaster. The people of Ondo are calling on the president to come to Ondo and save us. The people of Rivers are saying, come to Rivers and save us. Also in Kano, they are calling on him. If the man now assumes that responsibility fully and begins to exercise that authority, we will sit here and say Tinubu has become a dictator and wants to control everything, he opined. We talk about federalism on one hand, but when there is a crisis, we call on the president as headmaster. He has his constitutional responsibility, he concluded. You or what do you think? Do you think that it is right for the president, to interfere in what is going on in Rivers State at the moment? Let me just say that he had intervened already with the Ondo crisis that was going on before Akeredolu handed over power to his deputy, although not fully, but at least he intervened a little bit. I don't see why he shouldn't intervene in what is going on in Rivers State, because at the end of the day, if fight starts and these people start fighting, before you know it, he's going to intervene at last. So the earlier the better, the earlier he intervene and make sure that the crisis doesn't escalate, than for him to wait until when it has escalated to unbearable heights. That would be worse. A lot of things might have been destroyed already. But at the same time, I also believe in true federalism. Every state has to be independent. The governor is the one who has to make the decisions in the states. The president does not have to intervene all the time, but there are some specific circumstances that permit the president to intervene. We don't want crisis in Nigeria. We're already dealing with a lot. So before we go, let's take a look at some of the reactions we got online. Noye Nobot says, we should not be insensitive to what is happening now in Rivers State. If not handled properly, it might engulf the whole country. Exactly. Dr. Abati, if the country burns as a result of what is happening now in Rivers State, you imagine the president would not be consumed. Michael says, if Tinubu stay in Aso Rock and drink beer and chop amala and things go out of hand, who will Nigerians hold responsible? The president, of course. Like I said, if things, escalate, it is the president that will still intervene. And no matter what happens in Nigeria, even if it is not his state, it's not his jurisdiction, they will still say it is Nigeria as a whole. so he will still be the one to be blamed. Kike Lomo says Dr. Abati has finally got his rhythm back since his combined efforts with his crew at Arise Labour Party TV failed to make Tinubu lose in the election. Say Arise Labour Party. I hope Rufai Hussaini will rid himself of his bitterness and hatred as well. Promise says he has not been a headmaster long before he has not been a headmaster long before now, and behind the public eyes or closed doors. Another person by the name Odutola Samuel, Dr. Abati, you said it all. Nigerians will turn his good gesture to a peacemaker who cornered for his good and party. He should stay clear, but may have representative in that regard. Good Monday says, Dr. Abati, with your advice, if any of those states you mentioned catch fire because of a crisis, won't the president come in? The person that's creating this problem is working directly with the president, and you are saying the president should not intervene. Please, your advice is totally out of place. The same set of people that are calling on the president to intervene will also be the same set of people that will castigate him for intervening. So, how is it going to please you? Olawale says that's how we are. We don't really know what we want as a nation. We want to eat our cake, still want it. It can't work like that. Thanks, doctor, for your insights. Lastly, from Yusuf, but then if there is a need to become a dictator to smooth things out in those states before they get out of hand and anarchy is enthroned, so be it. You all, thank you very much for always listening and watching. If this is your first time here or you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye for now.